Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. We are actually here working in the shop today. We got to get some stuff started, and then we got to go pick up some wood. And then, yeah, Michael's going to go to his other job. Michael is on a mission. He's like, you know what? I want to buy a house. And the only way I'm going to do that is by busting my ass and making that cash. So, shout out to everybody out there that's going out there and taking what they want. And I don't mean stealing, but I mean working hard to get what you want. You know, there's nothing I hate worse than people who get jealous because somebody else is doing well. You know, it's like, hey, people get jealous about me. What's going on, man? People get jealous about me, you know, because with YouTube. And I'm not saying I've made it in YouTube. I haven't. I've got a long, long way to go. My 18,000 subscribers, that's chump change in comparison to a lot of them out there. So. But I'm working hard every day to try and get better at it. I have my regular job, which is building cabinets and furniture and stuff in it. And I look at what I used to do 15 years ago versus what I did 10 years ago versus 5 years ago as to now. Every day I'm working to get going. What's going on, Victor? What's going on, JS? How you guys doing? Randy? Hey, everybody, we're living the dream, man. We were able to wake up, get out of bed, come downstairs, have some work to do, have Dallas Cowboys stuff to talk about, and working with my son. What could be better than that? You know, do one thing on this is, see, like this one's got this chip on it. I want you to make sure that you got the best boards out, because this is the inside. Yes, the inside stuff. I'm sorry to fuck you up on that, but what it's going to be is it's the outside of the cabinet. So I want to have the prettiest pieces. If it's jacked up or has a crack or a dip in it, put all that on one side. He's mad now. He's like, damn, I had that ready to be clamped, Dad. Dad. You know, sometimes it's kind of like, have you ever looked at your dog?
I can't be mad because I'm not a jerk. No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm not a jerk.
No. Have you ever looked at your dog and he's looking at you? And you wonder, what is he thinking? He's like, You ever wonder if your dog's saying, you really are stupid. How did I get stuck with you? You're my master? Huh? Can I go to like somebody else's house? Huh? Huh? You ever wonder? I do. Sometimes Michael gives me that kind of look and I kind of wonder, what is he thinking? Michael is killing Kyle Murray here.
He's the one that was paid to be there, and people had to get a refund.
Oh my God, Randy Sykes. Randy Sykes. Thank you very, 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 very much for that super chat. I appreciate that, man. Damn.
No, he was.
Okay, so here's what happened.
No, he was paid to be there to do photo ops. I'm not doing photo ops, and then I think he's walked out because he wasn't doing autographs either.
Well, yeah,
he was because we were there all day, and I didn't see his name on.
Yeah, Kyle Murray was there and decided, you know what, I ain't doing photo ops.
Hey,
it might be that short complex. It may be that think about this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you exactly what I think happened. Okay, because Kyler Murray is not a tall guy. Okay, you know he's.
I'm talking about the Marcus Lawrence.
If he's kind of short, so he may not want to have, because you can see all this now. You get some of these, because some of the fans out there, they're tall. You people are standing and he's like, oh, he looked like a little kid. So it might be, I'm not standing for pictures next to people, and that's where he might have just said, I'm out. Yeah, it might think about that though.
Yeah, but he didn't even sign autographs.
But here's the thing, but he's paid to do both, and they probably said, you got to do it, and he's like, screw this, I'm out.
Yeah, but you could have opted out of the photos because I think Deion Sanders didn't take photos.
No, Deion, I heard him calling for Deion's pictures with Deion.
No, they did.
Yeah, I heard pictures of Deion. That's what I'm betting you happened with it, because it's like, I'm gonna look like a little kid next to some of these people.
You get paid.
still, it's image, man, image.
If I'm getting paid to do
You,
something, I'm gonna do
did you
it.
see all the memes that were out about him?
I don't care if I'm getting.
You had like they had like Webster memes, okay? Webster, you know, who was like about this.
I don't care if I'm getting paid to do something. I'm gonna do it.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, we had a great time
That's
there.
extra money in my pocket.
Ray, do you think the Cowboys are waiting for training camp cuts about who?
A little bit out of order.
Oh, we don't have a freaking backup. Well, but here's the thing. Listen, what backup out there that's available right now is worth anything? Right now, if you're a backup that's good, guess what? You're getting a starting job because there's not enough good starters out there.
I think the only good one was Nick Foles.
Well, and that's debatable.
I mean,
Nick Foles, that's debatable.
He's the only one I said, okay, he's good as a backup.
Again, he's a system quarterback, and the Eagles have a great system. And that's where...
He's a good backup.
I don't want to start stuff this early this morning just yet. Not yet. Let me go grab some wood. That kind of sounded bad, didn't it? Let me go grab some wood.
I mean, Cleo Mack might be a one-hit wonder. I wonder, is Cleo Mack a one-hit wonder?
Well, no. He's had several hits.
I'm talking about like he went to a new team, did good, they're going to flop this year.
I don't know. Let's wait and see.
I'm
he did good last year.
I'm not debating that he's a good player. I'm just asking. I know Cleo Mack's a good player. That's the one I tried to get before.
Okay. Okay, so shout out to everybody there who is in the chats. Thanks for joining us here at the Jobu's Day Job. Well, let's see how wide this is going to be.
I mean, it might be okay. It's just that section is a little short.
I think I'm trying to make this too thick. I'm not just because it's not that.
No, I'm just asking because
We'll be okay because I'll be able to cut that off of it. So make sure you put the worst side with this. I want that hit. Put this one in the
I don't
center.
care about that.
Yeah, put that piece in the center. And we'll put that on the outside. So like that. So this is going to end up being a solid cherry low boy like dresser that I'm going to build. Got to build that. And then this piece over here, we've got to actually run through the thickness sander and sand that out because that's going to become a countertop for Don in Sandra's house. And then you see this other piece over here. Well, Michael's eclipsing it. This right here are actually the side pieces for a cabinet that I'm going to build for the outdoor man cave that the refrigerator is going to be hidden in. So got a few things to work on. And then I got to go get about 100 board feet of poplar because I've got to make some custom molding for a house that's 165, no, wait, let's see. No, almost 190 years old because it doesn't exist. So I have to actually mill the molding for it. So that way we can match up what the original house had. So got lots of great things going on in the shop. And what's nice is there's AC in my shop. I got a TV on that's in here, and it's like going to be 95 outside, so I enjoy working in here. And while he's doing that up, I need to go take some measurements real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, hold your ears. I gotta cut some wood. Wait, what? I wish I didn't have the saw on there. But they said top quarterbacks without a playoff win.
Kirk Cousins was number one.
If any of you guys, if any of you guys watched my morning video today, I want you to give me your thoughts on what I said about question. Is it about wins? I mean, team wins or the quarterback? Which is more important? Because I'm going to do two parts on this. Because some people will say, well, you know what? Dak only wins because of the team around him. And then other people will say, well, we can't win because Dak is holding us back. So I'm sitting here going back through here, and I'm looking at it because I did a list. I went through of all of the games that we played, 48 games that we've played with Dak Prescott at quarterback, and some of the quarterbacks that we played against. If it was just only the quarterback was the only difference maker in the game, that if the quarterback is head and shoulders the reason you win or lose, then how come he beat Big Ben in Pittsburgh? How come he's beat Aaron Rodgers? How come he's beat Kirk Cousins 4 times? How come he's beat Carson Wentz 3 times? If it's only the quarterback, if that's your only criteria, Joe Flacco, Matty Ice,
Beat him 4 times.
Drew Brees. So if your criteria is the quarterback is the reason that you win, if he's winning against these guys who are considered some of the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in Drew Brees, Matthew Stafford, not a Super Bowl quarterback, then how come he's getting victories against these guys? So that's my question right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another one on if it's about the team. So we're going to go ahead and look at it. Power of 4. Man, I am so ready for the season. Man. Yesterday made me hyped for the season. To see Tony Dorsett.
No, Randy White is still playing.
Randy White and those guys.
No, what did Randy White say?
If I asked him if he was ready, no, I'm not.
I mean, he looks like he is.
It was hilarious because here we're having a ball, man. Randy White, because Randy White he didn't seem like he spoke much when he played football. Randy White, he did look like mean somebody, and he was imposing. And his arms are still like, I was just like, damn. I'm looking at these arms and stuff that he's still got on him. I mean, he looked like he's ready to wrestle a bull or something. And I was like, man, you look like you're ready to play again. Oh, I'm not. He's got this real deep, no, I'm not. It was funny as can be. So I got to get that clip on there, and definitely for the live stream stuff. I hope you guys join us for the live stream, man. We always have a great time with the live stream. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't know what I would do without you guys. Payback, playoffs 2 out of 3 years speaks for itself. That's but here's the thing is, no matter what happens with Dak, it always seems like the bar gets changed. You know, he does something. Oh well, he's not good because of this. You go through when they start winning, they say, well, he's only winning because he's got people around him. And I'm kind of like, yeah, what? If that was held true, then all you would need to do is go through and go ahead and just pay, $50 million and get Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't matter who else you have because you got Aaron Rodgers and you're going to win Super Bowl, right?
No, get
because you don't need anybody else. You don't have to have any talent, right?
Get Tom Brady.
Right, exactly. Just go ahead and pay Tom Brady. Don't worry about it. You don't need coaches. You don't need players. You got that guy. You're going to win Super Bowl every year. But funny.
You're not going to.
It's funny because not all those guys will win Super Bowls every year, are they? And then the whole thing of,
win Super Bowl, Tom Brady.
Just go out and draft another quarterback, man. It's easy. Think back to, I want you to think back the last 8 years of quarterbacks drafted. The last 8 years. I think Russell Wilson and Nick Foles are the only two in the last 8 years that have been drafted in the last 8 years that have won Super Bowls. Carson Wentz hasn't won one. Technically he did, but he didn't actually play it. Look at Mariota and Jameis Winston. Those were the number 1, number 2 quarterbacks taken in the draft. Have those guys even sniffed anywhere close to a Super Bowl? No. Think about, Jared Goff's been in one, but he certainly didn't show up in one.
At least he went.
Think about, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. I mean, Cam Newton has been drafted. He's been to one, but he got the hell beat out of him. So these philosophies and these theories that you keep hearing from Pro Football Focus or all these people that, just get a free agent one.
I'm telling you, Tom Brady.
Jimmy Garoppolo ain't won one yet. Kirk Cousins, do you think Kirk Cousins is going to win one? So what other free agent quarterbacks out there have done a whole lot? Again, Nick Foles, that's the only one that you could say, but I think it's because of the system, and that is one that you got to look at the team. Because when everybody starts comparing, Carson Wentz is so much better. Look at the team that was around Carson Wentz. If you're telling me that was a bunch of nobodies, and take a look at somebody like Jameis Winston who had Deshaun Jackson out there. And God, what's the other guy? Mike Evans. I'm like, Jameis Winston, hold on. Jameis Winston is throwing to Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson.
He's top 10 wide receiver.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You got those guys to throw to, and what we had Alan Hearns and Michael Gallup and Cole Beasley. Huh?
Cole Beasley was really our number 1.
Right, Cole Beasley was our number 1. So you look at Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans, or you look at Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu and Calvin Ridley, and you look at Cole Beasley, Alan Hearns, and Michael Gallup. Does that not make any difference? Because that's the argument that they make on Pro Football Focus. But that is what it is. We're going to have to make a little noise here because we got to run this through a thickness sander. So you can stay on, I hope, but you can watch this work with some wood, or you can turn off. Oh, so good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the dust collector. What we're going to use is, and I'll move you guys a little closer. 2-drum thickness sander, so it sands up to 25 inches wide. And what we have to do is we've laminated these pieces of cherry together to make a countertop. And we're going to go ahead and sand it down. Now this countertop is going to be 31 inches across, which is bigger than what will fit in there. So we're going to sand it in 2 sections, then laminate it together to make one big top. Okay. Get the hell out of it. Get out of the way
I gotta
down.
move these out of the way.
Gotta open up the dust ports. We're ready for takeoff. I'm gonna have to change one of the belts. This is a pain in the ass. What it is a long piece of sandpaper that goes across at a diagonal. Trash that. And I tell you one thing, this stuff, man, makes my hands kind of rough. I rub my baby, she's like, your hands are kind of rough. Like, I thought you liked it rough. She's like, no.
That's your hands.
Bad thing is these rolls that I buy, they only get about 2 wax. All right, let's try that again. All right, we're ready for takeoff again. So the sandpaper on there got like a burn spot. Got gummed up, and so as it's sanding, it's just burning it. So it changed it up, put a new one on. Why doesn't Michael Anthony read any comments? I don't know. I don't know. You mean on my channel or his? I'm sure he reads them on his. Because he's at work. This is his day job. See, I'm the man in this mother. Because King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah. You know, your channel. I don't know. You know, it's kind of like, that's your thing, Dad. My thing is my thing. But look, isn't that pretty? That is an inch and a quarter thick. It's cherry. About 10 inches wide. How about them Cowboys? There you go, PC. Tom Jasper, how you doing? Why does it take? It's not that far. It's kind of, listen, Wednesday will be under 50 days. And a week away from training camp. I still got work to do for getting ready for the man cave outside. In fact, I need to get over here and build some more of this shit.
Less than 2 weeks is the rest of the training camp. All my work. The next Xbox time, we got the house.
The tape line was burning. Sometimes you get sap in the wood, and that gums it up, and because it's going through there, can we just skip August? Well, you know what? I'll be happy that we just got preseason, so we can take a look at the new guys and stuff that are out there. But while that's going through, let me cut these other pieces. Okay, but it's getting to look good now. Another pass should be good. That is a big, big countertop. That's not the whole thing yet. We still have to put the other piece that's going on there, and I've got to actually cut it to length and then do round overs on it so that way you don't bust your hip on it. But when I go back over, I actually need to go back over to Don's house. The walls aren't exactly square. We're going to take thin pieces of wood and make a template so that way we can mark it exactly and put it together. Jobu needs to refill. Okay, so here's what we have. This is actually 3 boards that we laminated together, and we run it through the thickness sander. It's about 1.5 inches thick. Now, there's still, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's still a little bit of markings from the sander in a couple places. But what we'll do is we'll actually take our random orbital sander, sand that stuff out. So it's not all completely without having to do some work. Dump the dust. Look at this. Pancake like dust. So sand out with like 120. Then we'll go to 150. Then 180. And that'll take out basically all of the windows. And see, what you have to understand is hey, how you doing, Hunter? Hey, BZP, Michael, Junebug. See, here's what you got to understand. Sanding is basically scratching the wood. You're scratching it with finer and finer scratches and basically taking the other ones out. But what we'll do is we're just going to do a light bit of sanding to get this nice and flat first. And then I'm going to take the other piece, actually cut it to length, put the roundovers on it because that piece is going to go exact. And I'm going to go over to Don's house and make an exact template of the space it's going to go in. So that way we'll be able to just drop it right into the spot to fit. So, if they're in a condo, so there's not a lot of space to go ahead and do a lot of, rough cutting and things like that and making a mess. So that's what we're going to do on this. So we've got a good start. We've got this together. We got that glued. Now we need to go pick up some other lumber before traffic gets back. What's about 12 o'clock?
Yep.
It's only been an hour? We've gotten this much done? Wow. Well,
because we're men on a mission.
We're on a man on the mission?
Yeah, we're men on a mission.
Men on a mission? What mission is that?
To get this stuff done.
Is that what it is? Okay. Man on a mission. I haven't heard that, but okay. Mission craftsman. Well, the other thing, while we were doing that, I'm always doing multiple things, and I can do this real quick too. This is going to be a cabinet for our outside. Okay. I'm going to put this together real quick and then let that dry. While we're gone, we're going to go pick up some more wood. So, Clarence Missing in Action gave me a refrigerator last year. And it's kind of exposed to the elements. But it's like an old refrigerator, mini one. So we have it outside. What I'm going to tell you is, it's built like a tank. It's built old school. I bought a refrigerator and put it outside upstairs, and in a year it looks like crap. This one looks like one I had back in college. It's still running.
You have to pay money for it.
I think what Michael just said is, Dad, stop being cheap.
Well, it's not you, it's just the way they make them. It used to be the stuff that's a little bit cheaper, where it actually lasts you. Now is when you get the cheap stuff, it doesn't last you anymore like it used to.
Fart.
So they want you to pay that money if you want to have something like that that's going to last you. That's all it is, all about the money.
You're right about that. So what this is going to be is basically the refrigerator is going to sit in the top half here, and we got storage space underneath of it for kind of like an outdoor bar. Well, they're trying to say this season is pivotal for them.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so that's what they were talking about before. Number one, Wentz, Derek Carr, Joe Flacco, and
so Kirk, 23 wins. 23 wins is all the wins that Kirk Cousins has? Really? Wow. Kirk Cousins only has 23 wins.
I can believe that.
Dang.
He played for the Washington Redskins.
Failskins.
The only good season was 2015, and they won that by default. The rest of the time they were fighting for basement.
I can't argue with that.
But that made 1 year. I knew that made 1 year.
Keep losing the screws. I'll say Derek Carr had Amari Cooper to pass to.
But I think that was more of the system than Amari Cooper. He came to Dallas from ball and the system.
It might be the quarterback.
So that too, but I'm saying the system is totally different.
But the funny thing is there's a couple of fans that are like, oh, Dak Prescott isn't anywhere near Derek Carr. That they'd take Derek Carr over Dak Prescott. All right, let me grab this. So what we'll do is, so here's what we got. Let's get it off Michael's foot.
Wow.
We'll put slats across here so that way it can breathe. The refrigerator will actually sit right in here. There won't be a back on it, so that way it can get exhaust on it. We'll build a countertop to go with it. So open up the door, refrigerator, boom, grab yourself a beer or a mixer, and then we'll have, I've got some black granite pieces. I'll make a countertop for that to go into it. So that'll work out pretty good for the shop. In fact, I can cut some slats right now. You can start screwing them in. What time does you start work? 20 inches. Okay. Yeah, it'll be easy to screw those on first. The bottom one. You'll flip the part. Well, let me cut them off. What we'll do too is freeze on the holes in the end so it doesn't have much. I'll keep that. One more for that one, and then let's try to take the part and tool. That'll be perfect. So you do something, and then you doing on this Monday? That's because Chris tried out for Dallas the tail of his career and they didn't want him. Okay. Skip Shannon and Stephen A. I'd rather watch paint dry.
Hey, you want to hear about the story about Stephen A. Smith?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, tell him. Oh my goodness, we got another super chat. Thank you very much.
Stephen A. Smith's the A is not real, and it's just a stage name.
Stage name, not real.
We actually met the real Stephen A. Smith at the CSA.
Well, we met a guy who is a Stephen A. Smith. I'm sure.
He is. His name is really Stephen A. Smith, the one that we met yesterday.
Yeah.
Not like the Stephen A. Smith on first page.
Right. Now, I gotta tell you, I am in love. Truly in love. I love my cordless tools. They're getting to the point where I don't know that they're going to be making plug-in tools anymore. They have the freedom of not having to have them plugged in. It's got as much power as my regular one. Yeah, I've seen Chat Sports. He always does it and looks like he's in the Star. And I'm trying to figure out if he's related to the Cowboys' best part or not. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Can you keep a secret? Will you joke me about it? I had a nickname growing up. Guess what my nickname would have been growing up? I'll let you guys go ahead and think about it for a minute. Long tooth bud, come on, man. Okay, Tony, I think when we go out, I think I'm gonna stop by and get a couple of chickens and just do like a Peruvian chicken in my smoker. Look at my wood. Isn't it beautiful? All right. So what would have my nickname have been growing up? Okay. I'll give you a hint. Huge indoor playground set? Is it like a prefabbed one, Rudy? Oh, outdoor place. Yeah, okay, outdoor. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't buy kits. Before, at my last house, when they were small, what I did I had a backyard, I had my fish pond and stuff back there, and it had it was kind of like a kidney shape. And it had like a section where I made a bridge that went over to it, and I had waterfalls that went on both sides of it. So I called it an island. It wasn't really an island, but it was surrounded by water. And there was a little bit of a hill that was up there. And so for my daughter and my son, I made them a playhouse. So I took some 4x4 posts, sank those on the ground up on the hill, okay? And then I built platform, ran electricity to it, and then I built basically probably about a 6x6 playhouse, and it had electricity in it. So they had a little TV out there, they had lights out there, and it had a door that opened up with a little deck on the front of it. So, and last time I went down there, which is like 16, I mean, it was built about 16, 17 years ago, it's still there up on the hill. I don't know if any kids play it or not, but it's still standing. So, yeah, I've done that, and we've done playground builds. In fact, I did one with Deion Sanders in outside of Dallas about 8 or 9 years ago. I've done playground builds in Philadelphia, in Wisconsin. So yeah, I've done all kinds of, yeah, I've done that. Yeah. And I also worked with a lot of wood. It's kind of cool, okay, for me, because this, working on this piece of wood, this piece of cherry, this countertop, to know that Don and Sandra will be sitting down here making a meal, or eating dinner, or having a chit chat, watching football games and stuff. There's a lot of satisfaction for me doing stuff. Like over here, this is, let me move the camera, show you what this is. And this is kind of funny looking, but if you've been outside at my, the outside man cave, I built like a cabinet. It's all got the same panel board that's on it. And I've got a big cabinet that all of the cushions are in. So this is going to go right beside it. The refrigerator will actually sit right in here, countertop on there. So, we can put a pitcher with some Mojo Punch on there. Yeah, some Mojo Punch. I love Mojo Punch. A big thing of Mojo Punch. Have our glasses and stuff on here. So we can sit outside, especially the night games. The night games are cool. Watch TV, smoke a cigar, have some Mojo Punch. I'm a football whore. I hate to admit it, but I'm a football whore. I'll do anything for some football. But anyway, drink some more of my fat coffee. Somebody was mentioning keto diet. Okay, so here's what's cool. I've been doing keto off and on and off, probably more off than on since November. I've been as low as 30 pounds off. I started out 272 pounds, 272. In the mornings, I wake up about 248 or something, 249. During the day, I'll get down to about 240 something. My weight fluctuates like 3 or 4 pounds a day. It literally does. But somebody had said, I hear that diet's not good for you. Well, people will say, dieting, it's not good for you. You're going to be missing this, that, and the other, and then they go eat at Burger King all day, or they're eating a bag of chips and they're telling me that diet's not healthy for you. Here's the thing. Me, I'm getting older. I don't know how much time I got left. I know that carrying extra weight is hard on my knees. I know it's hard on my heart. I know it doesn't look good, so got to lose weight. And doing stuff with my wife, we've done, the shred diet, we've done the Atkins diet, we were walking literally like 5 miles a day and stuff. And most of the things, you might get a little bit for a while and things, it'd be okay for a bit, but then all of a sudden it would stop. This one has been different in the fact of, this is all I've had so far today. Is coffee, my fat coffee, which has got heavy cream in it. I put a little whipped cream in it. The keto creamer mixer, whatever stuff in it. And I'm going to be good until I go ahead and do dinner. I'll eat a little snack, and you're supposed to fast, so I don't do all the fasting stuff, but I do drink a lot of water. But I'm not hungry. Honestly, I'm not hungry all day. I'm just not. And when I eat a real good meal, but I get full faster. And what I seem to have is more energy. So I have the weight loss, I have more energy. I seem actually a little clearer of mind. Don't have the brain fog. And I've lost weight. So, oh, okay. Wow, I'm way behind on this. It seems like, there you go, Torrin. You lost 50 pounds. So the thing is, they'll say, it's bad for your heart. That may be true. That may be true, having, all of the proteins and stuff. And although I think there's a misconception there, because there's a difference between keto versus, say, paleo, or a straight up meat diet. It's fats. And I know you get a lot of fats and stuff in there, but they're better fats for you. But let me ask you this. Which one is worse for you? To be 150 pounds overweight for your heart to have to pump all of that extra blood? Or is it better to have that weight loss and maybe the fats to deal with? I don't know. I know this. I can move a little bit better with weight loss. I know I've got more energy and I feel pretty good. And I do know that at least I'm not going out to restaurants and eating where there's a lot of sugar and sodium and everything else, that I'm actually eating food, to the most part, as healthy as possible. I mean, everything's genetically modified plants and this, that, and the other, and they got chemicals on them, and I'm sure the meats they're shooting with steroids and antibiotics and stuff. But I think at least getting those vegetables raw and getting the meat and stuff and preparing it, knowing that I'm not putting a lot of salt and sugar in it, it's got to be better than if I go to a restaurant where it tastes great, but you get a salad, and the salad might be 1,500 calories. You know what I'm saying? So it works for me. And I don't know what happened to my helper. It's so hard to find good help these days. All those things matter. Well, here's the thing, though, about the keto, is you either do keto or you don't do keto. And I think when you hear about people having problems with the heart, is if you're saying I'm on a keto diet, but you're not really doing keto, then you're gonna screw yourself. You will kill yourself because the problem is if you're doing the heavy fats and you're getting the carbs and the sugar, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. So either you do keto, where you stay away from the carbs and the sugars, and you're basically getting the good fats and the protein, and your body decides, okay, we're going back to what our body was meant to burn, which is fat, then it works. But if you're doing both, you'll blow up and you'll end up having a heart problem. Yeah. Yeah, I know June sucks. What sucks? You're missing out. Moderation. All things in moderation, including diets. Yeah. 2 Whoppers for $6. Okay, I'll have to fly over. We have 2 Whoppers for $18. Yeah, but see, and this is what's amazing to me. When I grew up, when you used to order a quarter pounder, when somebody say, I'm gonna get a quarter pounder, you'd be like, damn, you gonna eat a quarter pound? You gonna get a quarter pounder? You're gonna get, that's huge. And our big gulps. I remember we used to, because after school, we got football practice at 3 o'clock. School lets out at 2. You got an hour. We all walked down to 7-Eleven, it was only like a block away, and we get a big gulp. A big gulp. And it was just like, man, we're going to get the big gulp. You know how many ounces the big gulp was? The big gulp that we thought was huge and had a hard time finishing? That was like the 32 ounce. Now we got 64 ounce. No, wait. Hold up.
Welcome back to Good Morning Football. It's almost here. NFL Network, the only place for over 9 hours of live training camp coverage daily. Interviews, plus exclusive insider access to all during the team. Training camp starts 1 week from today. July 22nd. NFL Network. Come on, friends. Here in New York City, we see that
No, not at all. Come on, man, show some game footage.
Okay. All right, so let me say that again. So you were getting a quarter pounder and fries, and that's a huge meal. You can't eat a quarter pounder. You were getting a big gulp that was 32 ounces. Oh my God.
Becoming in the very near future, maybe as soon
Look at how it's changed. This is a fucking bucket. You can refill this for $1. Now I use it for water. But I want you to think about that. Think about that. 32 ounces was the biggest you could get. Now, you're getting this. Quarter pounder, you got triple quarter pounders now. And like you just said, 2 Whoppers for $6. So we're eating, and think about how much fat, grease, and who knows what the hell else they put into that stuff. So yeah, my diet's unhealthy. It's bad for me. Yeah, let's think about this stuff. That's where everything's changed because now all of our portion sizes are huge. Like I said, I don't fill this up with soda. I fill this up with water to try and drink this now in here. But this, you go to 7-Eleven right now, it's $1 for a refill. I don't know if this is 64 ounces. No, this is going to be more than that. 64 ounces is a half gallon. I think this is closer to like half a and more. It's got to be more than half a gallon. So herein lies our problem. And on top of it, when you start thinking about, have you ever left McDonald's French fries like you've been in your car eating and they fall down? I've gone through and cleaned up my car, and they still look the same. They're hard, but there's no mold growing on it. It hasn't like disintegrated. I remember, this is really flipped me out. When I was building a house for my dad, we had breakfast burritos, right? And I left the breakfast burrito on the window by mistake. We just didn't need it.
And Jobu touchdowns go to Odell and Island.
Went back home, came back down 2 weeks later. It still looked exactly the same. No ants, bugs, or anything are in it. Hadn't discolored, hadn't mold, it didn't have a rotten smell to it. And that makes you wonder, it's like, wait a minute. What the fuck was that made out of? The bugs didn't eat it. It didn't mold, so that means mold didn't grow on it. It didn't rot like fresh food does, because you know if you leave something that's not cooked usually out for 2 weeks, it usually starts to rot. But that's what we eat every single day. And so we wonder, why are all these people coming up with all these crazy cancer, stomach cancer, and rectal colon cancer, you know, throat cancer and mouth cancer? It's all the shit we're eating. That's right, June. I'm seriously. I want you to think about that. The way our system works is we break food down. You know, it basically destroys it. The bacteria and stuff turns into the fuel. If you leave it out for a week or two and nothing happens to it, what is our body able to do with it? Shout out to a Hawaiian Cowboy, 50 pounds. Congratulations, man. I love hearing that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I don't have the answers. And the reality is, I think there's so much stuff in our environment that is just killing us. When you think about, I got my little garden outside, and I got tons of little weeds in the flower pots, and it drives me crazy. I just don't want the weeds. I hate the weeds. But I go past all of these fields, and I see, you know, alfalfa, tobacco, I see corn, and I don't see weeds. And I kept wondering myself, I don't see anybody out here pulling weeds. How do they go ahead and do that? You know what they do? They spray the fields with all of this Roundup, all this chemicals. They literally kill everything in the soil so the weeds don't grow. But then they've modified the seeds so that way the poisons don't work on those. So they grow, but the weeds can't. Problem is the chemicals, the poisons are in the food. They did a study and they said like 40 some different cereals that are made out of grain all have levels of the weed killer in them. So we're eating weed killer. You got lawsuits out there now for Roundup for people that have had to use that. We're eating that every day. Non-stick pans, 2007, the United States government said, you know what? The non-stick in their coating is causing cancer. But they let the companies sell it until 2014. It's right there. All the shit in the air. You think that radiation from that Chinese nuclear power plant that melted down, or excuse me, Japanese, that shit just, it's in the air. If they could take hot air balloons that were bombs in World War II, put them up and they carry all the way to California, you don't think that radiation is all around us right now? That's why we got cancer. So I'm going to try and do the best I can with each meal, try and eat as healthy as possible. Oh, and the chemicals in everything. The plastics, they say don't, like water bottles are like, don't reuse a water bottle and don't leave it in the car because it'll leach the chemicals. It's made from oil. Oh, petroleum-based plastic. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I'm going to say something here. Oh, my secret nickname. Okay, let's see. Let me get some of this dust and dirt off me. Is there a cloud of dust? Charlie Brown character. Charlie Brown character. Which Charlie Brown character do I most remind you guys of? Okay, now a lot of you are probably like, Charlie Brown, who the hell is Charlie Brown? Think about it. You got it, Presley. Pigpen was my nickname because I was always in the backyard with my Tonka trucks. You know, I would take the paper towel rolls, those were going to be my sewer lines, so I had a construction site. And so they said I was always dirty. So my uncle who lived across the street would call me Pigpen. And it's kind of like, yeah, my wife still calls me Pigpen because I'm always dusty and dirty because I'm always out digging some shit and all that. So yeah, some things are actually fitting. So Yeah, everybody's getting a crack out of it. So I guess I'll be seeing that in the comments now. You did the same. Oh, it was fun growing up for me. You know, we didn't have air conditioning, so it was cooler outside. So we went outside because it was cool. Now kids are like, it's too hot outside. Like, come on, man. All right, here's my thing. Everybody has Pat Mahomes as, you know, basically a Hall of Famer right now and the be-all, end-all. He's only started one season. I think he's going to come back down to earth. Anybody else with me on that one? I'm not saying that he's going to be garbage, but I don't think he's going to be quite as good as he was this year. And I'm going to tell you, mud. Oh, we used to have dirt wars. We would take clumps of dirt and we'd play like Army. And, you know, like we'd basically be like foxholes and we'd throw the clumps of dirt and when they'd hit, it was like a grenade. Yeah, so that tells you how things are. I think the Rams are headed for a fall. I looked at Jared Goff last year was going downhill. I know they made the Super Bowl, which is another reason right there because of the Super Bowl hangover. Todd Gurley may not be the same back. I think that team, and I think that people are going to start catching up with McVay's offense. I think that team is going to be maybe not make the playoffs. Anybody else think I'm that way? We used to play outside until the street lights came on, and when the street lights came on, your ass better be back home. That's where the world's different nowadays. So, all right, I'm gonna ready to go pick up some more wood because I've got to make molding. Yeah, I gotta go pick up 100 board feet of molding and start making that. So, everybody who came in, thanks for being here. I hope you guys join me for our live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll be talking about what else? The Dallas Cowboys. But as always, friends, thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Chris, here.